Good morning, good morning. Happy Fed Day. I hope everyone's doing real well. Now, I just posted on the group. There's a lot of liquidity overhead, way up to the highs. So I think FOMC may test the unfinished business at the ES highs. But for now, I just saw some supply developing at a good market turning point here. So I'm going to observe the footprint and see if we get some kind of entry to sell down to Asia low. Just as a demonstration. Now let's see on Bookmap. At the moment, the supply zone is at 5241. Okay, and that's real supply. Not like a supply zone like supply and demand teach you that. I mean like real supply. See here. And if we just zoom in. Sorry, I can't show you on the screen. I have to take screenshots. Just realized I posted it on the lobby. So here. So if we get a recontact to that, 5241.75, I think it looks alright for a sell down to Asia low and then buys later. But my official advice is don't take live trades today. Just don't do it. It's Fed day. All of the pro traders I know do not trade this day. Go spend time with your family. Do whatever you want. Do whatever hobby you have. Just don't bloody trade. Okay. If I made that clear enough. So I'm just kind of waiting for a retest of said supply. We can maybe just throw one contract in for now.
Order filled. Order placed.
Given that we have a kind of finished auction.
Order placed.
We'll set the target Asia low, 5233.
Order cancelled. Order placed.
The neck is starting to get better. You know, I've been whinging about neck pain all last week. Thankfully, it's starting to get better. So we had some kind of interesting sweep up there. The sweep indicator went off actually. Now, the supply looks solid to me, so let's see if we get buyers that get pushed into it, and then we can add some more risk. Let's show you this. The sweep indicator went off. It didn't really make much sense why and where there. Okay. Weird kind of sweep. So we've got a very large imbalance here. That will be kind of de facto resistance also. It has been filled already.
Order filled. Order cancelled.
So if you note, it's 7:43. I've talked to you about this time being a good kind of reversal time in the markets. Why? I don't know. It just seems to be. I know it's something to do with CLS timetable, but I think they do some process at this time. I don't know. But you just seem to see the dollar always kind of turn around this time. can see it's starting to turn up. Okay. Turn up. So if you remember inverse correlations, it looks like we're going for this weak high. Just for a little intraday scalp. Maybe like a little 1 to 2 or something.
Order filled. Order placed.
So the supply is here. You can see buyer's volume is quite weak. In fact, the delta is already turning negative. I'm on M1.
Order filled. Order placed. So
what usually happens is people see this supply, which is absolutely enormous. It's about, I don't know, 300-400 contracts, something like that. 387. Sometimes people will front run that or be discouraged from buying into it and just becoming liquidity. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of front running it a little bit and trading off of this imbalance. Let's look at that again. Okay, big supply level, 386 contracts from this person who wants to determinedly sell at this level. I hope my mic's working this time. Again, I got some feedback that my videos are too long. Yeah, I appreciate this. The thing you gotta remember is, number one, I'm not a pro video guy. I basically know nothing about video editing. Second, I kind of want to show the full trade for people, you know, like all of the additions, all the subtractions, all the thought processes. But I appreciate there's a lot of dead time.
Order filled. Order cancelled.
And I also know this voice is too loud on ATAS, so I appreciate that.
Order cancelled.
I will work on all these things, especially the length of the videos. Try and make them shorter and more digestible. So once this trade is running in profit and we get to like view up, I'll just cut, you know, get the snapper board out, and we'll revisit this when we get to target. So happy Fed Day. I don't expect any rates will be changed. It'll still create a ton of volatility. My expectation is the ES highs may be spiked out a little bit and create an excess. At the moment, there's actually a lot of liquidity up here in this kind of area. This sell is very much kind of scalp, intraday, whatever you want to call it. So
Order cancelled.
a real stop is kind of
Order cancelled. Order placed.
what we say, 2-3 points. So even if we get like 5-6 points out of this, little 1 to 2. So what you'll notice, see imbalances, especially with the zero side, they'll become a proxy for market structure because they form over support and resistance generally. Again, the mechanics of that I'm not 100% sure on, but it's just something I noticed. A lot of things in trading is like you cannot know the answer. It's just the way it is, and you just have to kind of follow it and do your best. Follow the trend. If you're not following the trend, then have a good reason to not follow the trend. Okay, so what do we have? We actually We'll call the Asia high from midnight, so you know that's kind of the de facto Asia high, which we've just clipped out, but I guess the real Asia high is like here. So we've taken out the Asia high, set up one. Trading level would be Monday's value area high, but I'm sure we have other stuff up there too. Volume levels. Yeah, you could say it's like a high volume node here as well. UK CPI came out. So if you go into my public channel, you'll see I've started trying to calculate CPI, but it's some task, I'll tell you that. They do not make it easy. So it came in slightly low, but it's still sky high, you know, compared to the targets. Okay, central bank's target is to keep it at 2%. That's their one and only job. And they've fucked up big league. It's due to this modern monetary theory. If you want to read up that about that and tell me how insane it is. A lot of it says that, you know, old monetary theory is outdated. The quantity theory of money doesn't matter. You can just keep printing money if you're the world's reserve currency until your heart's content. But at some point, the markets are going to say, hey, we don't think you can pay your debt back. And it's going to cause havoc in the bond market. But when you get havoc in the bond market, you get havoc in other markets. So it's going to come to a crunch point soon, and I don't really want to be trading on that day. So the supply is now left. Was it a spoof order? Was I tricked? Or is he just content that he's filled enough? Sometimes people who put supply down like that, they realize they're not going to get filled and they just add aggressive orders during the move. And then pull their supply, or they change their mind, or any number of reasons. But it gives us some pause here because we now know the supply is gone. Okay, trade had moved down a bit. I was thinking of moving my stop down to break even. It's just a bit too soon. What we're seeing on Bookmap, aggressive selling is going okay. Really, there's a bit of a clear path down to at least 5235, apart from VWAP. So by the time we get to VWAP, I'll have my stop in at break even. In fact, I'll just put it in now.
Order cancelled. Order placed.
Okay. A bit early, but I've got something to do at 8, so we'll see. We'll come back. Hey folks, so the ES trade, it got stopped out in a very small amount of profit. So essentially, I don't know why the buy trades aren't showing on the footprint, but essentially I trailed my stop to break even, then moved it down slightly, so my stop got filled at 5239. I had to refer back to my video to see where I actually entered, but essentially I just covered my commissions and maybe a little bit more. So that's is what it is. Unfortunately, after hitting the trailing stop, the market did drop a bit. So hey, that's a kind of lesson to not trail your stop too tightly. And if I'd left it where it was and then trailed it after the first pullback, which is actually what I tend to do, then I would still be in this trade. But is what it is. Everything's perfect, so I will upload this just for information. But yeah.